Welcome. Have a good night, everybody. Bye now.
Bye, Gamer Gramp, and hello to Gamer Gramp.
There we go. I have ceased streaming. Now I shall host Blotro stream.
That
That'll be a
is
total surprise.
fantastic. Hey, I see my big giant head.
Throw the shoot you up in there too.
Awesome.
There we go. Cool. Okay. Well, again, Technical, thank you very much for joining me.
Absolutely. If I'm home next Friday, I'll probably join you next Friday as well.
Okay. Next Friday we'll be on Brandywine server.
Yep.
So,
Ooh, burglaring.
I've got a
characters
burglar and a lore master there.
Okay. So we'll see how things go there.
49 and 22.
Okay. My lore master is 50. I have plenty of characters in the mid-20s there. So
My lore master will be 50 in about 20 minutes.
nice.
That's where I'm going to put on the Stone of the Tortoise and cap it for the Rift run with Evil Twin.
Yeah. Assuming we actually ever get around to that. Someday, hopefully soon.
Okay, now that Gamer Gramp and Technical 13 have come up for air, hi, I'm Big Ed Mustafa, and we're kicking off another edition of Adventures After Dark. Tonight, just for a change of pace, I am going to be playing Audrafina. She is my 60th level Runekeeper on Arkenstone server. She is, I think, mostly done with Moria. I think I was just doubling back to do some of the storyline quests I didn't catch the first trip through. But at 60th level, she needs to be getting out into Lothlorien. But you never want to leave Moria too soon, or else you'll have to come back and do some deeds and stuff anyway. So you may as well enjoy it while you're there. So without further ado, let's see what we're up to tonight. And my thanks to Technical 13 and to Gamer Gramp and to Zinger for joining me in Discord. If you'd like to join us in voice chat, please feel free. And hello to Kryles, although I still insist on calling you Krylus, and I don't know why, because there's only one S. It's just a bad habit.
In Soviet Moria, you say as you wish.
Because the Soviets were known for their love of freedom?
No, I don't know. It's just, a thing.
You're trying to channel your Yakov Smirnoff and just got your wires crossed.
Right.
It happens. It's, if you try talking like Yoda for too long, your whole brain just locks up. That's another thing that happens.
Take my Runekeeper, please.
Exactly. So, now I haven't played my Runekeeper for a little while, so if you see me charging in, trying to attack at melee range, it just means I've been playing the champ and the burglar too much. So, pardon my first few defeats, and hopefully by hour 3 I'll be rolling along here pretty good. Are you ready? What are we doing? The Empty Passage. We're looking for the Heart of Fire. I don't even remember this quest. We're going to go do it. And Zinger's up for it. If Pang wanders by, we might switch gears. We've been talking about running out and doing some roving threat hunting. And who knows? That's the fun part about streaming on Lotro Stream. Even I don't know how the evening's going to end up. These guys might talk me to doing something crazy. We'll see what happens. Like fishing. We know there's going to be fishing. Just like we know Big Ed Mustafa is enjoying an ice-cold, crisp, delicious, and refreshing Coke Zero. But what we don't know is where our travels and quests will lead us, or even who I might end up playing tonight.
They will lead us to some crafting and inventory management.
Crafting and inventory management is almost a given. And Mrs. Mustafa, one of the reasons I love her so much is because she's the only person I know who is ever concerned I haven't had enough to eat, and she might be providing me with snacks at some point during the stream. Although it's funny, she picked up microwave popcorn the other night, and she normally likes to pop popcorn in hot oil on the stovetop. And when she buys microwave corn, it's normally for me, but she bought the light butter popcorn, and I normally like the heavy butter movie theater style. So let's face it, if I wanted to eat healthy, I'd just go ahead and eat carrot sticks. If I'm digging into the popcorn, it's because I'm worried that my sodium levels are too low.
You could get some V8 Spicy Hot. It's good stuff.
That would be good.
It has 940 milligrams of sodium, so plenty of sodium for your diet.
We found a secret door. How are the sound levels, guys? Music's coming through okay? Search the three forges. What were you going to say, Zinger?
Oh, the music's fine. You were asking.
Okay, cool. Fortunately, I remembered to switch over from the Slim Whitman 8-track I had been enjoying back to the in-game music, so...
Nice.
Gamer Gramp and I might be the only two people on Twitch who remember what a Slim Whitman 8-track is.
Right. Yeah. It's because we're old farts.
It's true.
That young?
Yes, that young. We're not old as dirt, we're just old farts.
I'm not that young. Come on now.
Why play a Rune Keeper? Because setting things on fire is cool. You already know it intrinsically.
The dwarves have found the Heart of Fire,
Sorry about the
the
volume.
greatest of their lost forges. Though Ziegelberg, the legendary mithril axe, was not found there, the discovery of the forges was itself a great victory. Enheartened by the victory, Broger and his following have moved on to establish a command in the 21st Hall.
The Heart of Fire is ours again, thanks to you. My cousin and some other dwarves have gone on to the 21st Hall.
These halls will be great once more.
Well, that's what I forgot to do. All right, now chat is actually readable. I'm excited about that. Kryles has been thoroughly deafened by the cutscene. You're welcome for that.
Well, at least it wasn't deafened by the Slim Whitman 8-track.
That's true. That would be a horror that no one should endure. At least not involuntarily. Ball's
Right.
Big Brother, as long as there's inventory sorting, you can count on that, absolutely. Audrafina's packs are no less of a mess than any of my other characters, I promise. Audrafina actually started out on Silverlode, and she is the one character from Silverlode that I brought over to Arkenstone, because I was really having fun playing her with at the time of the server merges. And I thought, I'll bring her over with my main line of characters. So she is also a jeweler like Galandriel. Because, you can never have too many jewelers.
Nope. Or scholars.
Or scholars. Well, that
Or
way
woodworkers.
woodworkers are awesome. If you don't like crafting, become a woodworker.
Right. Then it'll just reinforce your dislike of crafting.
So I've got a few quests flagged for the Foundations of Stone. So we might be heading down there in a little bit. But I suppose there's no big hurry rushing her out of here and heading into Lothlorien, because I've actually been streaming Lothlorien quite a bit on Big Ed Mustafa, my guardian, so. Coming back into Moria is a nice change of pace, actually. Moria sort of sucks the first 2 or 3 times you go through it, but once you start to figure your way around, it's actually a very enjoyable place to quest.
Well, I'm one of those strange people that enjoyed it the first time through and the second time.
I spent a lot of time going, holy crap, how do I get out of here and get back to wherever I was going?
Death.
Death was one way.
There you go.
Yeah. Or just wait an hour and milestone back. That works too. Oh, if I want to go flag the quest, they're this way.
Death taxi always works.
Welcome to Khazad-dûm. Stay and speak with me a moment.
Pick up a barrel of ale. Alright, well, let's water some of the guards. Didn't realize I hadn't done this yet.
Greetings, friend. Are you lost?
This is sort of a dwarven celebration for managing to get themselves surrounded by orcs on all sides. They're going to congratulate themselves with ale for such a fine achievement.
Zell worthy to me.
Exactly.
We got them right where we want them, surrounded from the inside.
The House of Durin will live forever.
Well, Ed, I doubt we'll have Pang with us, at least for now. He's at work.
Oh, okay.
Greetings, friend. Are you lost?
Somewhere is a guard with a shiny ring above his head. Maybe up on the walkway, if I remember. Yep.
The House of Durin will live forever.
Dwarves must fight for dwarves.
The day of the dwarves is coming. Oh, glorious day. We shall soon restore Moria.
It's a wide, empty hall, apparently.
Sneak doing? I can hardly believe that we are here. This is a joyous day for the dwarves.
Roker and Ultrig. They're in Zelemelek. We will ride astride the mighty armored war goat of combat. Light the blown out torches.
Ah, Maiden.
Maiden, howdy.
Maiden's back in the house.
That torch was blown out. Why is it already relit again? It's very confusing.
Olympic torch.
Oh, the other thing, I was telling Zinger that I decided to go ahead and pick up the Herbalist's basic essence armor, the 4-slot stuff, and I used up a bunch of my North Athelian essences, which was fine. That was part of the point, was to help clear out my pack space. I also started working on getting my first age one-handed sword up to snuff. I didn't have any relics in it or anything. I only had 140 gold pieces, and I started crunching relics last night, and I ended up going broke, still working on the 5th level relics, tier 5 stuff. It was like, ugh. Forgot how much I hated this. Click, 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 click. You've made too many requests. Please wait. Click, 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 click.
Wonder how I've done it, Big Ed? I've got one of those macro keyboards, and I've got it set up to click the mouse every 900 milliseconds, just short of a second. So I just push the button, I go make me a sandwich, I come back, and they're crunched.
Very sensible.
You might have to stop buying stat tombs for a day and make some gold back.
Exactly. I was very upset about it. Fortunately, I had a pile of jewelry that didn't sell Monday or Tuesday, so I went and pulled it out of the mailbox and put it back up for sale, and somebody had already bought 3 pieces, so... It was
Nice. Well, you can feed your habit more.
Exactly. And I'm not running out of Honorian Scarn anytime soon, so as long as that jewelry gravy train keeps paying off, I will keep riding it.
Keep fishing for those stat tomes, huh?
Exactly. Oh, and then I got an Honorian bound loot box. I pulled like 5 plus 10% run speed boosts and some marks. It's a good thing I wasn't streaming that. You stupid son of a beep. Would have gone on for a while. Me and the random number generator are not pals.
It's okay, Ed. We'll put in the sensors post-processing.
All right.
Well, Kraus, I guess you can do that when... I guess you said you don't really play many alts, Kraus. No alts, yeah.
Oh, so he's got the no altitis.
Yep.
Alts are part of the fun. How do you play without having a whole crafting circle?
A house of
Well, no, he
glory
says
will
except to
live
craft.
forever.
No alts except to
Lords
craft.
of Moria have returned.
These halls will be great once more.
Which is perfectly acceptable in my book.
Hear me out, friend, for I have a tale of glory.
I don't know,
to
I'd
tell.
feel like I was missing 90% of the game if I only had one character.
Not long fill the halls of Khazad-dûm.
Well, see, yeah, I'm sort of the same way. I like to at least have played every character class a little bit to get a basic idea of what they're about.
Make it really hard to interact in groups and whatnot when you don't know what the other characters are capable of.
Plus, I like to be self-sufficient with the crafting thing.
Do not have room to do that. Love that method.
I find it necessary to have at least 2 or 3 of every class, so I like alts.
Alts are happy. Did I lose
Made
my
him
little
look some-
buddy already?
Maiden wants to know how your work week was, Ed.
Well, hi, Maiden. Yeah, work week was pretty brutal. The avalanche continues. We have a customer who has poured a literal fortune's worth of hardware on us that needs to get installed. And on top of that project, it's like their left hand doesn't know what their right hand is doing. So I just continue to get extra projects and extra requests and little things. It's like, hey, can you move these 2 ESX hosts? And you'll need to completely recable them for non-production instead of production. And oh, by the way, we're going to upgrade these F5 Viperian boxes just because there's new hardware available. And after you get those upgraded and installed, you're going to find out that we gave you the wrong network switch to cable them to, so you get to redo that. And it's been just like that for the last 2 or 3 weeks. So I think last week I was talking to Earthland, and she was like, "Oh, you're at work. How's your work day going?" And I was like, "It's soul crushing, but other than that, it's okay. So, I'll get through it. They'll be in a moratorium and won't be able to have me even swap out a bad hard drive after midnight, so it'll quiet down again, but until then, this makes for long days." We'll have 3 or 4 conference calls to plan a project and a couple of 100 emails going back and forth. And are you sure we've got everything lined up? And are you guys good to go on this? Yeah, we're all squared away. We're ready to go. Okay, great. Well, we've decided to go ahead and push this change out 10 days. So we'll start this whole process over again on Monday. Fantastic. Talk to you on Monday. On the other hand, it could be worse. I could be living in Texas and trying to sell all up in you a new car, so
There you go.
I should just count my blessings.
Hello, Chromite.
Chromite, howdy howdy. Chromite is impressed with the graphical quality, the smoothness, and the almost perfect aspect ratio of the stream tonight.
The time has come to drive forth the orcs from our kingdom.
Utrig has been defended. Where the heck was I going with the other guy? Oh, I think we want to go back to the main hallway. And I am just excited as can be about the big new AMD processor launch. Finally, after all the talk, they're taking pre-orders for the new Ryzen chips. Eight processor cores, 16 threads, starting at $329. You don't really need that kind of power to play video games, but if you're going to be streaming video games, those extra processor cores will be darned handy.
Greetings.
Southeast.
What do you want?
Find the owner of the campfire's light. We're going way down. Here we go. Now we're going the right direction.
We will reclaim Khazad-dûm for Dine Ironfoot!
Greetings.
We have little time to speak. Great events have been set in motion. Dwarves must fight for dwarves.
I came from Jazzergund not 2 mornings ago. I make for the Orc Watch. I expected to have a smooth journey, but it has been far from safe once I entered this hall. All reports from the 21st Hall had assured us this way was clear. Harumph, that is Mogur's doing. The foreman of the 21st Hall has completely let his guard down, Domar. It was terribly frustrating to argue with such an optimistic dwarf. Well, follow me if you'd like to see what is really happening in Zalem-Melek. Hey, you don't usually run into too many optimistic dwarves, do you?
Not really, no.
The time has come to drive forth the orcs from our kingdom.
Here they are, the evil orcs of Gazaturu, worshipping the Lord of Mordor. Be careful now, hide yourself well. Listen to the dwarves' discussion. That passage above looks bad. That is Gazaturu. There are many orcs within. So near the 21st Hall. I must go back and warn Mogur. Mogger. There's an umlaut. Do you think he will listen to you this time? He must. This is not speculation. This is a real threat.
May Durin return soon to his halls.
Good for rain. Perhaps the 21st Hall will be properly prepared to be a force to be reckoned with within Zalem-Melek. It would be a travesty to lose the footing they have gained there, simply because the foreman is blind to the dangers.
We will reclaim Khazad-dûm for dying Ironfoot.
We will take the most valuable piece of vendor trash.
We might make a swift victory
Defeat
of
10
this
orcs. I can do that.
Khazad-dûm
Burn
belongs
Durham
to
shrines.
Durin's
I can
folk.
do that. And since nobody asked, I thought I would bore you guys with the details of what she's actually wearing. The cosmetic outfit, this is the light armor of the Losath from Forakel. It's pretty cool looking, and I like that cloak of the hot shot. It kind of blends in nice with the reds and oranges of the armor. What else do we have? This is a Matham House dress from the Hobbits. So, you know, if I had that on Galadriel, I would wear that while picking flowers. And that's her actual equipment. Not particularly stylish. That's why I stuck with the Losath armor. Plus I like the fur-trimmed boots. Makes me feel sassy.
You are sassy, Big Ed.
Thank you. I appreciate you saying so, Shoemaker.
So sassy.
It's a man thing.
Yes. Definitely a man thing.
That's the thing about Lotro. No matter how much testosterone courses through your veins, you will eventually find yourself picking out dresses for your elf maiden if you play long enough. Consider yourselves warned.
Don't forget the picking flowers.
Exactly.
They're from my mother, I swear.
Yeah.
That orc did not make it. And remember, what do I always say, boys and girls? If you're in Middle Earth and you find yourself killing orcs, you're probably doing the right thing. At no time is it ever the wrong thing to be killing orcs.
Even when your deeds are all completed.
Even then? I do remember streaming with Audrafina one time a while back, and somebody was like, is that all you do is press those same 3 buttons over and over? That looks kind of boring. And I'm like, yeah, but that's pretty much all it takes to kill everything. If I wanted complicated, I would have pulled my warden out of the mothballs.
Yeah, there you go.
That's kind of the opposite end of the scale. I've got a pretty good grasp of the basics of warden play. I know most of my basic gambits and stuff. And no, that wasn't even what I wanted to hit.
Yeah, wardens have to hit 4 buttons.
Yeah, but you have to hit them in particular orders.
Blah, blah, blah.
But the players who play wardens religiously are like, oh, you don't even know your life taps? No, you gotta get the combos in order, and they start, and like Coldfells was trying to tell me one night about the order of the skills. He's like, you can't just hit one particular gambit, you've got to string the same combos together. It'll really up your damage output, and then what happened was everything was dead before I could get the combos off anyway, so... I suppose
that's when you go to higher difficulty content.
End game play, it would probably make a bigger difference.
Start doing like tier 2 skirmishes by yourself. Like 2-man, 3-man skirmishes.
That would probably be good warden training, I would think.
I can't even remember my phone number, so I'm not sure. Warden combinations are a thing I could do.
Well, Shu should be able to recommend a good macro keyboard for you.
That's one option. There's also plugins for it.
Yeah, I saw a couple of plugins. It's just not a class that I'm very competent at.
I haven't tried it yet, and I don't have any idea how the plugins work, but I know that there are some for it.
I mean, I don't know if I tried all of them, but a couple of them just seemed like they were just put the references up on the, up on your screen and stuff like that. It's not like they actually help you do them. You still have to browse through the references.
It's on my list of things to do. I want to make one that's a box that you can. It'll put actual quick slots in there with the different skills that you have to use, and you just go click, 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 and it's done.
It did occur to me that this might be an interesting place to fish. And I don't believe Audrafina is at maximum fishing yet, so we'll see how far along she is.
You still have to work on that fishing plugin.
Absolutely.
I do believe that there are probably statistically better fishing holes than not.
Howdy, holla.
Jalapeno.
There's an all up in the chat.
Wow. What's going on, man? That's not it. Alright, so I caught a minnow. And now I have no idea where my runestone is. So that's going to be a problem. We'll run away for now. Is that my runestone? That looks like my runestone.
You need like a rune carved fishing pole.
Exactly. We need legendary fishing poles that we can put relics in. Because let's face it, there's just not enough things to grind on in Middle-earth. I like the well-timed little coughs. That's nice.
Azog's folk have not yet fully repaid for their crimes against us. We will reclaim Khazad-dûm for Dine Ironfoot. The orcs of Moria have much to account for. If only the elves were not so stiff-necked, we might make a swift victory of this endeavor.
He said to the elf. Chillin', brother. Sorry I'm late. Nah, no problem. Glad you stopped by. Normally you have stuff going on Friday nights. It is rare for all up to even make an appearance at Adventures After Dark. That's not even where I wanted to go. Ooh, I pulled the key. That's exciting.
Loot box that you
Greetings,
can
friend.
hide.
Are you lost?
Paul's big brother asked for inventory maintenance. He will get inventory maintenance because I am
In spades.
full again.
Welcome to Khazad-dûm. Stay and speak with me a moment.
I have to go find Renan's dead body. Spoiler alert.
My method of inventory maintenance is I send off half my inventory to my other characters.
I do a lot of that, yeah.
Somehow that
It works
strikes
great.
me as a somewhat imperfect method.
It works great until I switch over to the other character.
Yeah.
Yeah, then we all feel like all up in you when we're looking at our incoming mail going, who the hell sent me this crap?
Oh, me.
We'll start with what we can sell.
Hail, friend, and well met.
Just wait until you start streaming Fallout. All streams and nothing but inventory management.
Pretty much, yeah. Hopefully I saved that minnow so I can sell the minnow. Because that'll be important.
You'll be able to crush like a tenth of the relic with that minnow selling.
There's the minnow, 1 copper. Outstanding. I feel pretty good about that. Bracelet of protection I don't need.
Six.
Symbol of deep thought. That's actually a pretty handy pocket item. I don't know if I'll equip it ever, but I will keep it. Broken axes are useless. Sell immediately. Ooh, and I have fish. Didn't realize I had 2 flounders on me and 2 carp. It's already been a great night for fishing. Who knew? Gollin and Amash. Am I wearing a full set of something? I have the earring. Oh, what is Gollin? I don't know.
If you need to run through any of the Moria instances, just let me know and I can literally help.
Okay, thank you. To the best of my knowledge, Adrafina has done none of them. So I'm sure I would be up for that if the mood strikes you. I was all like, wow, I've got a bunch of stuff to send to my other characters, and now I'm looking at it and it's all stuff that is for her. Runekeeper Stone of the Third Age. I'll sell that. Don't need those hides. Tortoiseshell. I think all of my characters are at max rep with Moria. Not 100% positive on that. Alright, well that can go to Nemini. There we go. Yay for inventory management.
The day of the dwarves is coming.
Okay, I think we can get rolling again. I thought about stopping and doing some crafting while I was there, but it's a little early in the stream. Mrs. Mustafa dozed off, so I was like, ooh, if I polish that whole stack of green garnets, I could probably go get a snack.
The sign of the White Hand.
Get a little chair stream hype going.
We must do something about the White Hand within Moria.
Defeat orcs in Zelemelek. Where are the red horn loads? See, even Broger agrees with me. Just go kill orcs. It's all good. Doesn't even really matter where.
Snack.
You just have to have handy something to throw, because eventually I'll run out of Coke Zero. Search for signs of Keeley. My daughter has fallen asleep. Seems early on a Friday for her.
Clearly not enough Peggle.
I keep hitting the wrong dang thing. I guess it doesn't matter. The results seem to be the same. Search the high platform.
Have a good one, Krause.
Kryles, take care, bud. Sometimes it's just easier to jump off the ledge. He did not make it.
A late night popcorn cooking stream.
Dark things
That might be
now in Moria.
Mrs. Mustafa might need one of those, but like a popcorn buying stream. How to buy the right popcorn.
$11, $12, $9. I think 12's my winner.
We can
Can't
only
wear it,
hope
don't
that
need it,
Durin's
I'll take it to
bane
sell.
Sleeps deeply.
14 XP for level 50.
You're almost there.
Is that the one
Go find it.
you're capping out for the kin?
Yeah.
Nice.
Let me go find a ore node. That should do it. Bountiful iron deposit ought to do it. Woohoo!
Congrats.
Claimed. I'm awesome. Orc corpse. This orc is having a very bad day. Big Ed Mustafa, I've heard of that guy.
Big Ed who stuff?
Exactly. It's a brewing stove. Why would they waste their time with poison when they could have been making homemade beer? I'll never understand orcs.
Maybe the poison is orc beer.
Could be. He didn't make it. I think the whole state of Nebraska is sick. We went from like 75 and sunny to thunder snow in about 16 hours. That's bound to mess up your physiology at some point. You guys want to see something really cool? Where'd it go? I'll be smart and move that runestone up towards the top of the page. This corpse-choked pond of vile filth, fishable. Boom, char. Boom, goldfish. Little fish catch and release in here. I like that I can barely see my bobber because of all of the smoke coming off of the pool. Weeds. There we go. Well, hopefully Olip will get his daughter put to bed okay. And his iPad is dying. The heck were you guys talking about, Zinger?
Don't worry about it.
Something about cheese popcorn, and then the next thing I know you were looking for a video.
Oh, I don't know. Olive made him to make some kind of video on making popcorn. And then I remember that when I was in school, then I made some kind of video that was like all about college dorm cooking. Basically a life hack before life hacks were a cool thing.
You're a trendsetter.
For sure.
If he'd lived long enough for me to pull off that last spell, it would have been cool. He didn't, though. Sage's locker, pile of wood, sickly grunt.
Yeah, I decided to load up my RuneKeeper as well.
Oh, fun.
My higher level one, I only have. I used the lightning spec as main, so this one I went with the OP spec.
You like to run and gun, don't you?
I
Blue
do
Lion
prefer
Hunter and Yellow Lion Runekeeper. And...
Yeah.
Well, standing still is rarely a good idea, so you're probably onto something there.
Yeah, there's a reason I wasn't a huge fan of Warmaster.
Defiler just will not give up. That should slow him down a bit.
Is he at least defiling properly?
Hmm?
Is he at least defiling properly, as his namesakes
I
says?
hope so. Inept defiling is just always sad to see. Carefully arm the traps. Oh no. I would think you'd be able to make cheese corn with moon cheese. It's already kind of dried, so all you have to do is run it through the cheese grater, try to get it nice and powdery, and then whammo, sprinkle it over some fresh buttered popcorn. Maybe just put the whole thing in a big old brown paper grocery sack and shake it up till you get it nice and evenly coated.
I hear maiden is still a mourning Kerrygold, or what butter is no longer allowed in Wisconsin.
Collect spears from orcs. This fight's gone south in a big hurry. We're going to use the runaway skill. It's nice of the White Hand Ambassador to separate himself from the pack. I already dropped this dude once. He hits kinda hard too. We can get into the camp before he respawns. Nope, gotta fight him a third time now. That's just bad planning on my part. See, now that would be unpleasant. Imagine that you're just resting comfortably, you're sleeping on a nice half log, and all of a sudden you wake up on fire.
I hate it when that happens.
Exactly. It'd be like you were married to Farrah Fawcett in that one made-for-TV movie.
Wow.
Runestone of Onslaught. Lame. Lame armor, but probably worth more to sell, so There you go. Only need to worry about that captain too much. Oh, I need to drop one more White Hand Ambassador. I wish I could find one. Wish there was one right here, right now. Number 3. Completed quests of Zalem Malek. Completed... Oh, some good stuff. I even got a Lotro point or 2. And a point of innocence. Because when you think of Big Ed Mustafa, innocence should be the first thing that comes to mind.
Yep, absolutely. And fishing.
And fishing. In class.
Fishing class?
I'm very classy. Charge. Ha!
Tonight, Big Ed's level of classes, Runekeeper. Hey, Deathman.
Deathman is in the house. Hello.
And hello, Liam.
Well, hi, Liam.
Oatmeal raisin.
We have the Coke Zero in hand. Oh, I love oatmeal raisin cookies.
Toe.
Go to the 21st hall. Follow the
Hear
flow
me
of
out,
water.
friend, for I have a tale of glory to tell.
So when is Standing Stone Games going to allow you to trade in your Coke points directly for Lotro points?
I don't know. I actually cashed out some more today. I got another $10 GameStop gift card. 710 Coke points.
See if you could turn that into a Steam gift card. Use your Steam points to buy Lotro points.
I can walk into the local GameStop and get a $20 or $50 Steam card. All things are possible with Coke Zero.
Or you could probably trade in that $10 card for about 10 copies of No Man's Sky.
Also true. He wants me to die. Yep, he said it again. That's not
That's
very
just
cool.
rude.
Exactly. Maybe he thought I was a scholar and he had something he wanted me to color for him. I hadn't considered that.
Possibility, yeah.
Maybe he thought you were James Bond. I expect you to die.
Okay, so this is really the only adjacent passage so far. I wanted to make sure I hadn't walked past some place where I needed to check the water. Alright, let's try another adjacent passage.
Hello, Feklas.
Feklas, howdy. The water is
Did you end up finishing your raid tonight, Feklas? Sweet.
Got all the bosses down. Very good.
Yeah, but did you get any fishing done while you were in? That's the question.
Fishing's not for everybody. Besides, as awesome as I am at it, it's intimidating for other players to try to fish after I've fished.
Can see that.
And it'd be like watching Michael Jordan play in his prime and then be like, oh, I can shoot a ball at a hoop too. You find out you're not quite as good as he is. Hi, Feklas, welcome.
No fishing.
He's not upset, just disappointed.
No, no, we got all 6 bosses done in the raid. Went on a little bit longer than I wanted, but the kin that I was in with was Suffering Knights of Snowboy, and they were actually featured in the that newsletter thing that went out yesterday.
That's fun.
It was only their second time getting past the mummoks, so it went really well.
You might need to mute your stream there, Feklas.
Yeah, I just have. It's on my laptop.
Cool, cool. Yeah, I caught a little bit of the raid, especially when you said something about like watch out and then you killed yourself due to reflect.
Yes.
So I caught all the good parts basically.
Yeah, that's a bit fun because you get certain mobs in there that do certain reflect whether you're a melee or a tactical class. So you just have to be watching out for which mobs are there and get them down first, because they put a buff up and the buff goes on to the mobs that are actually around them, and you reflect the damage from the mobs that are around them rather than that one particular mob. So I actually one-shot myself.
Good times.
Well, there's definitely no more flowing water that way, so I can go back this other direction. To your left, an orc camp stretches as far as the eye can see.
I'm hoping that some of the viewers that was on my stream early this evening, or this afternoon American time, were actually here tonight as well, because I did do a shout out for you, Ed.
Oh, thanks. Very nice.
Plugged you.
You'll get a bad reputation with All Upenya and Maiden of Rohan, though, if they think you're being nice to me. Why would you give Ed a shout out? He's a jerk.
Yeah, well, both Maiden and All Up had shout outs of me the day before, or was it the day before? Or the day before that, when they were streaming on Tuesday, even though All Up didn't stream and you did.
They're good peeps.
Yeah, they're lovely. Always have good fun with them. I've actually been speaking to All Up this evening.
Yeah, he was in here a little while ago. Went to go put his daughter to bed.
Probably cruising around in his new car, picking up some, gals.
Yeah, even though he's out there polishing it again.
Probably, yeah.
Hey, fishing skill 52.
Great.
Yep.
Don't think I ever got
I
past.
missed the fish. Doggone it.
Well, only one thing to do: delete the character, start over.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Journeyman Angler, I'm wearing the fishing title.
Probably the only person within the whole of Lotto that does. Hi, Maiden.
Maiden is here.
Maiden is in the house.
Well, Lord or Lady of the Streams is an excellent title for a streamer.
It is. There is that.
You just got to put in all the work together. Or you can be like Telerian and have it on, every character ever.
Right.
This is Mustafa is stirring. There is a chance I might get a Coke Zero refill and snacks in the not too distant future. Probably not, but I have to hold out despite the facts and try to hope.
What was she watching tonight?
Just YouTube videos.
I fell asleep though.
Murder She Wrote fanfic.
It could have been Korean boy band videos. It could have been look what I bought at the dollar store videos. It's hard to say what she was watching.
Pen pineapple apple pen.
Yeah, that one.
Big Ed fishing reruns.
Yeah.
Now it's Murder She Wrote time, though.
All right, honey. Hopefully y'all caught that. Let's do dagger. All right, well, I was hoping for another point or two of fishing skill, but no such luck.
Whatever you say, Bug Ed.
Yeah, Bug Ed.
Congratulations on inspiring someone, Ed.
Even if you are a bug.
That's just a good rule, Telerian. Every time you level up, you have to add 2 points of fishing skill. Boy, I have a lot of junk.
They should just like give every character, or every class another trait tree, and it's just like different passive thingies in Lotro that have nothing to do with combat. So like improved chances of fishing, etc. So you can spend your trait points over there.
Plus 5% to your Hobnanigans expertise.
Exactly. And the capstone can be something like each point in it unlocks a different thing that the horseshoe can do.
Yeah, I was desperate today. I actually put on my horseshoe while I was picking flowers. It didn't seem to help. Thanks. Looks like we've got Cheez-Its. It's important that I eat on camera.
Especially if it's crunchy.
Peanuts, not the cashews.
No, did you want the cashews? 'Cause
Peanuts
they're
are fine,
sweet.
honey.
They're sweet.
Peanuts and Cheez-Its is what she picked for me.
Let's just this.
I'm just firing off skills I haven't used in a long time. I'm like, I wonder what this does. I wonder what this one does. I'm going to press this button. I took a wrong turn somewhere. I missed a staircase down. Not sure what I did.
Apparently, the fluff wants to know if your junk is in your trunk because you said something about junk earlier.
The fluff knows it. Oh, this is where they have the dwarf prisoners they're getting ready to cook. Be bad enough being taken prisoner by orcs, but then once they started rubbing you down with canola oil and garlic salt, that would be really disturbing.
Well, as long as they use garlic, I would at least have to cleanse them for their taste. Run free, little dwarf. Go back to your herd. It is kind of cool that runekeepers can kill things just by bitch slapping them over and over. You will taste the pimp hand, Moria Warrior. Did I just take another wrong turn? I think I did.
because it's funny. I just like watching the bats run to the runestone like bugs to a zapper.
That is pretty cool.
Uzbad Bakan. He did not make it. He was trying his darndest. Let me close up my hideously full storage packs and apologize for putting those on display.
Well, you should be proud how empty you've made your champions bags.
It is pretty freaky. There it is. Destroy the armor piles. I don't think I want to take that jump down. That looks like a bit of a drop. Udkul Thrach.
You're allowed to say that on the official?
I think so. I just try to take one honest stab at pronouncing the name. Somewhere there's some stairs down. Be damned if I can find them, though. Somewhere there's some stairs down to the fiery deep, and I think I'm not too far from Orc Watch. Not really sure, though. Oh, these might be my stairs down. Nope, no stairs there. I rode past them. Here we go. Oh, those aren't stairs. These are stairs. What do you know? I found the flaming deeps. Alright, balls, big brother. It's inventory sorting time.
We shall ever cleanse Khazad-dûm of the orcs' filth.
Socketed armor. 3-slot armor, level 55. Yeah, I'm happy to sell that. Thanks. Brr.
Oh, letter technical.
What'd you say, Zinger?
I was saying goodnight to Tech.
Oh, good night, Tech. Thanks for coming by. Shiny waistcoat. Nature Essence Superior, Swift Staff, Gauntlets of Fleetness, Durin's Downfall, more armor, more gauntlets. More armor.
The camera's a little off center.
That's probably me. If I sit like this, I probably center up. I tend to slouch to the left. I think all it makes fun of me for that sometimes. Mrs. Mustafa is concerned about my posture.
Well, your chair squeaks a lot less than his, so.
Noticing about your.
Oh, she says because she's a camera freak, she's noticing my framing on my stream.
She's all about that rule of thirds, huh?
I don't know. Oh, broken crossbows are useless. I can sell those. More useless broken crossbows.
Tech has a good point.
Your posture would be better with more snacks. He's not wrong about that. Well, I've got a loot chest and a key. That's a problem that kind of solves itself. Plus, this is going to be a good example of exactly how badly I do opening loot boxes, so enjoy this, even though I'm about to weep for doing it. Well, it seems like the price on loot boxes is way down, so here goes nothing. Tattered hat and 125 marks. That's, yeah, it's about my typical loot box.
You should just start mailing them to Oliver and having him send you the loot back. If you can.
Yeah, because he won't just keep the good stuff and tell me, yeah, there was nothing in it. Thanks, though.
At least you know there'll be something good if he opens it.
That's true.
Strike a deal, and maybe you get to keep half of, the gold that he makes from selling stuff from those things.
Maybe. There we go. Alright, I think that'll do. I have a couple of characters. Shanaria is a low 50s level guardian, and she's about ready to come into Moria. She might be the only one who isn't at max rep with the Iron Garrison. And Mirabella, my burglar, might actually be in Moria already. I don't remember. I want to miss sending a Guardian's Club off. It's alright. For Mirabella. There is zero chance that Lenorian is going to need any of this scholar stuff, but we'll keep stockpiling it anyway. And voila, pack space just like that. Who could have imagined? And Zinger, what do we always say about our daily task items?
Just do it.
Just do it indeed. Liam, do not be sad. Task item turn is gloriously happy.
I think he was sad about your loot box results.
Oh, yeah, the loot box results, that was just typical. I'm past getting upset about that. I've gotten used to it, I'm afraid. Creepy skin. Only have 5.
It's like cosmetics are on sale this week. Maybe I should. Remember, you were talking about or you were on some character when you were picking up flowers and talking about a cosmetic slot.
Oh yeah, that was Galadriel. I figured if I was out picking flowers, she may as well be in a dress.
Yeah, it's $3.96 this week. Retro points.
Perfect. I think I already have some dresses in the wardrobe, though.
Looks like I need 2 more to max out my cosmetic slots.
And we have 2 nasty filths. Lots of barbed claws, no raking claws. Elegant scales. They have a bunch of elegant sheaths.
Night, big brother.
Good night, Balls. Thanks for coming by. Sorry if it's a little too relaxing. I seem to be putting everybody to sleep bit by bit. I don't know why I rode away. I got confused. Doing on overall quest numbers. 25 of 46.
Welcome to Khazad-dûm. Stay and speak with me a moment.
The House of Durin will live forever!
The Lords of Moria have returned. These halls will be great once
It's
more.
got through doing those, the Barnavin mines in Dunwin on the Runekeeper. Certainly a lot easier when you're on a burglar and you can just sneak through most of all of it.
Yeah, there are a lot of places where being a burglar is a happy thing.
And being a squishy Runekeeper is not. fresh cooked zero.
Interestingly enough, I think I've bragged before that all of my characters on Arkenstone are Honorian masters in all their crafting traits, and I was mistaken because Audrafina is not. In fact, I think she is Honorian in none of her crafting skills. Oh, she has gotten to Honorian Prospector, but very little cooking. So I need to find out. Gussie Moose Raid. Hello, Moose Lodge. Welcome to Lotro Stream. Welcome to Adventures After Dark with Big Ed Mustafa. And thank you, Gussie, for the love and the raid.
Hey, Gussie. She was playing some more Amnesia.
Ah. Well, I am happy to report that a lightly scheduled weekend and bad weather will probably have me on later this weekend a bit more. So we'll see what tomorrow brings.
The House of Doom will live forever. Perhaps soon we will toast our victory against the Orcs of Moria.
Hi, Ski. McVegan Pants, howdy. Belle and Dora, my dear, always good to see you.
Welcome, welcome.
Lotro box opening is like a box of chocolates, Liam. Someone already ate all the good ones. I'm not a smart man.
The shadow of Mordor will not long fill the halls of Khazad-dûm. If we are to find Mithril in Khazad-dûm, we will first have to deal with the Orcs.
Oh, I think we're ready to reassemble the statue. That's good news.
Yeah, Gussie, I was lurking a little bit, but I had to, I was watching too many streams at once. But I caught a couple spooks, so all good.
It's a good problem to have. Too many streams worth watching.
Yep.
Of what help may I be to you?
This is a little bit why Galandriel went broke. I had almost 600 of each kind of first tier relics. You can get the bronze ones and turn them in. And if you kill enough stuff, those just keep adding up and adding up and adding up.
It is said that Durin's bane dwells here, though we have not seen it.
They're not too expensive to combine when they're first tier, but boy, do they get expensive later on. Time to craft. I won't do a ton of crafting. Actually, gem polishing goes by fast. It's a good question, Bellandora. A very good question. So I have now touched on all three of the pillars of excellent streaming. I have fished, I have eaten on camera, and now I have crafted.
Don't forget inventory management.
We have had plenty of inventory management too.
That's a must.
And I'm not always able to do everything that exciting all the time. We did complete some quests and kill some orcs. But overall, another highly productive stream.
Bella, I think that's because he's not a very smart man.
I'm not a smart man.
But
Hi, Mishi Bud.
He does know what love is, so that's good.
And Feast Angel Pink, you showed up in very light green text, so my apologies for not saying hello earlier. Hunzi, welcome, welcome. Yeah, Hunzi, I didn't remember that. I try to have touched legendary items as little as possible. I knew it, just didn't occur to me to do it. Well, considering what I normally pull out of loot boxes, I may as well just vendor mine. It would save me a lot of grief. And at least then I could sell the keys. What did I pull out of that last one? Some run buffs and a tattered hat?
Marks and a hat, I think.
Oh, marks and a hat. Gamer Gramp is turning into a pumpkin. Hey, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for hosting. Thanks for popping into Discord, Gamer Gramp. Have a great weekend, and hopefully I'll talk to you again soon.
Night, Gramp.
Yeah, and a good night to Dobby as well. I think I might have built up some Kalinard reserves when I was doing Limelight Gorge. I don't know if I put some of that away or if I actually sold it in the auction house. I don't remember.
Do you need a bit of Kalinard?
I don't know. I'll go look when I'm done polishing the gemstones.
Okay. 'Cause I'm leveling and done one now, so I'm at the Kalinard, range, and I don't necessarily need it anymore, I think.
Yeah, if you don't need any, if you want to send some directly to Adrafina, that would be awesome. Don't go too far out of your way to do it. Maiden says, "Aw, yeah. Gussie and Maiden are loving the Zevia." What all flavors do they make of that stuff?
I think they're about ready to, go on the road and become traveling Zevia saleswomen.
I just hate it when people make a big deal out of their favorite kind of soda. It just really seems unnecessary to me. Having a hard time keeping a straight face after saying that.
It took me a moment, then I picked up on it.
See, that's what I said, Maiden. This is the key to quality streaming. People love watching little chubby guys eat on camera. If the Koreans ever find my channel here on Twitch, I'm going to be bombarded. I won't even have time to play video games anymore. They'll want me eating on camera all the time.
What do they call it? Like mukbang or something like that? Mukbang? Yeah, social eating Korean thing.
I'm not sure. Well, actually, for not having played a RuneKeeper in so long, I think I've managed to not wipe in the last 2.5 hours. That's pretty impressive. I was pretty sure I was going to walk around a corner somewhere and just get face planted.
Likewise here. Having like 3k or 3.2k morale and done one is probably not the smartest idea.
Well,
that self-motivation skill has definitely helped me out a lot.
alright, well, let's see what I've got for Kalinard. I don't know if it's Lotro OCD or what it is, but it kind of bugs me to have a character that doesn't have their crafting tiers complete. So we got, oh, let's check the wardrobe for dresses while we're at it. I should have some good stuff. Matham long sleeve dress, long sleeve dwarf maid dress. I thought I had more than that. I'll bet Galadriel's got her elf gowns in her own personal chest. She's got a big cosmetic section.
Oh, Maiden has listed off a bunch of the flavors in case you didn't catch it. Seems like all the
root
same.
beer, cola, cherry cola, orange, grapefruit, lime, Mountain Dew, Dr. Pepper.
Same old, same old.
That's been the one nice thing about those Coca-Cola 1,000 flavor machines. I've got some stuff on there you don't normally ever run across, like Diet Fanta Peach Soda. Mix all kinds of different combinations. Those things are kind of cool. I saw them servicing one time, and it's basically just like a giant inkjet printer. The different flavors all get installed sideways in the bottom of the machine like ink cartridges. And then it just pulls and blends whatever it needs from the reservoirs. Although, that having been said, I don't think the Coke Zero usually doesn't come out tasting quite right from those machines. So I actually prefer it if the place I'm eating has regular fountain pop and not the 1,000 flavor machine. What the hell am I looking for, Zinger?
Calamard.
Thank you.
And I'm in town now, so if they have a mailbox in here and you need some, I've got 130 chunks on me.
Okay. I've got 88 chunks plus 5 high grade I can do the prospecting thing with. And ingots. Low grade Calinard 67. Well, that'll get me started.
You need any of the garnets as well, the unpolished ones.
Yeah, whatever you have that you don't want, I'll happy to take.
Okay.
As long as we can figure out what you meant, Maiden, you don't have to worry about the spelling mistakes. Feel free to ask me for tips again if you can't remember the big pillars. Eating on camera, fishing, crafting on stream. That's what people want to see. Thank you.
Yep.
Anything at all you'd like that I can send you?
Nah, I think I'm pretty good. I think I have pretty much a full crafting circle over here, so.
Cheesy cola with lots of caffeine. That could be a thing. There's a kin called They Can't All Be Zingers. No relation, though.
None that you know of.
Ginger Coke. Hunzi, I am playing on Arkenstone tonight. Pepsi with ginger when you were in Vancouver. Wish you had tried it. This is really kind of bonus time because I'm eating on camera while crafting. I don't think there's a way I can fish and craft at the same time. But we have fished quite a bit tonight. 3 different locations?
Multiple accounts, you can do it.
That's true. I could fire up both of my accounts and do a split screen dual stream, except then I'd need 2 Twitch accounts. Or I could stream on my personal account and Lotro stream at the same time, and then do a split screen stream. Sounds like a lot of work. I think I'd rather just screw off and have fun. You guys doubt me if you want, but the viewer count has gone up since I quit questing and started crafting. We went from like 35 to 40. So, while I've got things on cruise control, that gives me a chance to do a few things in chat here. I'm going to give Gamer Gramp a shout out. Gamer Gramp was kind enough to host me right when I was starting the stream. So, great guy. If you're not already following Gamer Gramp, you should be. He's fun to hang out with. Great conversationalist and knows a lot about his games. We can also give a shout out to Gussie Moose, probably unnecessary. If you watch Lotro on Twitch and you haven't run across Gussie Moose yet, you just haven't been paying attention. But we'll give her the shout out, just in case somebody brand new popped by. You can find Gussie Moose on her personal channel. We also had visits from my buddy Alapena, as well as Maiden of Rohan. Both excellent streamers, and I think Maiden is on her way to her 700th follower. So that is very exciting. If you're not already on the Maiden of Rohan bandwagon, you should hop on immediately. And be sure to check out her talk show she has with Alapena, The Red Salt Show. Tuesday nights, let's call it 7 p.m. Central. Hopefully I'm right. But I think they go on right before Maiden streams on the Lotro channel here, Standing Stone Games official Twitch channel. And Gussie Moose, Maiden of Rohan, and Alapena are all stream team members here at Lotro Stream, so you can catch their streams periodically. We also had a visit from our friend Feckless. She was on earlier. Might still be here, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, you're still even in Discord. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Howdy. I thought maybe I had lulled you to sleep too.
No, I'm just busy working on my stream, trying to get some
Okay.
stuff.
Well, I'm glad you stuck around. So you can find Feckless's stream here. And she streams at hours that are sometimes different than the North American streamers, which is a good thing. One of our goals here is to have 24/7 Lotro coverage on Twitch. So it's a great way to promote the game, let people know, A, that if you've played it before, it's still alive and well, and you ought to take a look at coming back. Or B, if you hadn't heard of the game, that it's out there, it looks great, and it's spectacular and fun to play. So, yeah, we've got a lot of people who are coming back, a lot of interest in the new updates and the upcoming Mordor expansion that we're all very much looking forward to. Well worth checking out. Who else has stopped by? I know I'm missing a few people, and I feel bad about it. Bellandora does do some streaming occasionally. Let's give Bellandora a shout out here.
Technical.
Technical 13. And that's technical underscore 13 to you. But also both great streamers, fun to watch, and you can catch Technical also streaming DDO, Dungeons and Dragons Online, another fine product from the folks at Standing Stone Games. I do play it occasionally myself, although not very often. I like to have a backup MMO in case the one I'm playing primarily is down for maintenance or something. And since they do the servers for both games at the same time, DDO is not the best backup for Lotro players, but it's definitely fun to play for a change of pace. I like the voiceovers from the Dungeon Master and things. The storyline for Lord of the Rings Online is so fantastic, though. It's just really a terrific game from a storytelling standpoint. And I don't even mean the Tolkien parts. I was just... the whole Volume 1 stuff and Eriador with Narmalith and her dad. I mean, that was just a really moving storyline and terrific original writing. And just from a storytelling standpoint, Lord of the Rings Online is truly in a class by itself. There's nothing else like it in the MMO world that you can play. Alright, I think I caught most everybody. Hansi's playing DDO. There you go. JR Lego, I am doing great. I've been playing Adrafina, my 60th level Runekeeper. I don't have far to go. I will make sure we get her bumped up a level before I call it a night tonight. But we're doing some crafting, we've done some fishing, we've been running a bunch of Moria quests, some landscape, some storyline, and we're just hanging out and having fun. Having a good time. See, now I show 45 viewers. We've picked up 10 viewers since I started crafting. I've been talking about the 3 pillars of quality streaming here on Twitch. Crafting on stream, fishing on stream, and eating on camera. Those are the things that people want to see. So, anybody can be Uber and go out and kill stuff and complete quests. Nobody cares. Been there, done that. They want to see fishing. They want to see people eating dehydrated cheese and eating, there's a great Korean appetizer that I really like. Panchan, they call it. Little side dishes they bring out with your entrees. They'll bring a little bit of pickled radish, a little bit of kimchi, some spinach, maybe some bean sprouts. One of the things that always delights me whenever it hits our table at the Korean restaurant, they have these little dried anchovies that they take them and they dry them out so that they're hard as a potato chip. And then they simmer them in a little bit of a spicy broth just to soften them up a little bit but leave them crunchy. And they get infused with this broth and the seasonings and stuff. And you pick them up with your chopsticks or you can pick them up with your finger. And it's like eating a fish-flavored shoestring potato that's just a little crunchy and a little salty. And it has just a very pleasant, slightly fishy taste to it. And it looks like somebody left a bait bucket out in the sun and forgot to let the bait go, because it just looks like dried up little fish, but they're just delicious. And you would not know about that if we weren't talking about it on stream right now, unless of course you like Korean food and eat it regularly. So I know there are a few of you out there, but it's talking about weird food. That's what folks like. Hunzi loves kimchi. Junior Lego slept for 10 hours today. That has to be refreshing. I always like it when I get enough sleep, but I always feel kind of groggy the next day. Like I never quite get out of low gear. I just can't make that shift from second to third gear. But it is nice to not feel sleep deprived. Which unfortunately is all too common of a feeling for Twitch streamers, I'm guessing. Lotro stream is always about food. It's the Hobbit influence, you know. Third breakfast, 11sies. That's why we relate to the Hobbits, because we like to eat too. Boy, I can't believe I still don't have enough ore to get all the way through this.
I found 86 more in my vault. 7 more.
Well, what I can do, let me, I don't know if I'll do it tonight and probably not on camera. I can grind the rest of the jeweler stuff, and then whatever ingots I have left over after I get done processing them for the jewelry, I can turn around and just refine them to medium, and that should be enough to put me over. Hey, and we've got our first Twitch alert of the night. That's super exciting. Let's see what it is. Gravity 42 is now following. Gravity, glad to have you with us. Thanks for coming on board. Zinger, thanks for mailing that stuff. I appreciate it.
No biggie. Instead of having to use the ore for the jewelry, you can just, pop up those jewels for it.
Well, I appreciate that. I just didn't get you anything. Like Vegan Pants is scared by the Twitch alert. So yeah, if you like watching Lotro at all, there's a tremendous amount of talent in the community, both on Lotro Stream and outside of Lotro Stream. Gamer Gramp and Feklas, for example, at least for now, haven't yet joined the stream team, but they're on regularly. They're great streamers, fun to watch, fun to chat with. So you don't have to be on Lotro Stream to find great streamers, but it's not a bad place to start. And remember, you can actually follow Lotro the game, and it's a good way to find new streamers. Because we encourage people to stream Lotro if you have even an inkling, even a thought that, yeah, streaming looks like it might be kind of fun, it might add a little more of a social aspect to my game playing time. Take the plunge. We encourage you. The stream team members would be happy to give you any pointers. If I can't help you get your stuff configured, I'll throw Chromite Swiftpaw under the bus and volunteer him to help you. We all have to learn somewhere, and you'll find the community here very helpful. The worst thing that happens is there's 25 people all streaming Lotro, and I personally have the lowest viewer count. I would be delighted. That would be absolutely fantastic for the game. The more viewers we get and the more streamers we get, the further up the rankings Lotro will go on Twitch. And people are more likely to see the game and notice stuff going on. So we are making a conscious effort of trying to build up the streamer community, and would encourage you to join us if you've got an inkling to give it a try. When I first started streaming, I didn't have a second monitor, I didn't have a webcam. I just played the game and broadcast my gameplay, and people got a little frustrated. They'd try to talk to me in chat, and I wasn't there because I was in game. And chat was buried behind my game screen. But after I got done playing, there'd be messages like, hey, you're supposed to talk to people in your chat. So I finally figured out I needed a second monitor, and then for some reason people wanted to see who they were talking to. So, what's the old joke on the internet? Nobody knows that you're a dog. So I went out and got a Logitech C920 so I could prove that I'm not a dog. It's been great. It's a terrific experience. I get to hang out with Zinger a lot, talk to Ninth Pawn, Maiden of Rohan, and all Enya and I. A lot of good times, lots of laughs. Lady Gun and Eldolith and I and our spouses, well, I think Eldolith's husband was overseas, but we got together and all went out to lunch and got to meet each other in person. And Eldolith had to watch me eat chicken wings, and she still talks to me, which is pretty amazing. I thought it might have just scared her, but she's still friendly towards me. So hopefully she's getting her internet upgraded. We'll be seeing more of her back on stream again soon. But it's been an amazing experience. The people that you meet, and Hunzi sent me a Christmas card all the way from Australia, and you meet people and you kind of form relationships, and it takes you places you never thought you'd go. It's a lot of fun. You have bad experiences too. Sometimes you pick the wrong Billy Joel song and somebody lets you know about it. But mostly it's good. It's good interaction. Yeah, Hunzi even thinks I'm funny. Hey, Jet. Jet 420's here with us. Fellow Seahawks fan.
Hey, Jet.
Freelancer 60? Sure, you answer this all the time. What server? I'm on Arkenstone tonight. I play on Crick Hollow. I play on Brandywine pretty regularly. And I've got characters on Gladden, Landraville, and Evernight. But I kind of consider Arkenstone home. Stone home.
Did you catch a vegan? They said they were going to stream Lotro for the first time tomorrow morning.
Oh, that is fantastic.
Tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern.
Susan Omain, I'm going to go download Lotro ASAP. Immediate positive vibe coming from the stream and the game. Keep it up, man. Thanks, that's nice of you to say. But it's a little creepy how nice the Lotro community is. It's just, more mature gamers, a little bit of a literary interest in the books. And, it just appeals to a really broad base of people. So, that's some very cool folks. Arkenstone is the only server that causes me delays. Been preferring Gladden greatly. Yeah, Freelancer, I was actually on my champion out in North Athelion earlier tonight, and was actually getting some weird lag when I was riding my war steed. It was a little frustrating. I don't think Arkenstone was running at peak efficiency earlier tonight. Fortunately, I don't think my... Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I am 18 points away. That's okay. That's enough for refining. I can get that finished up. I just need lumps of rich coal. I got this covered, Zinger. But yeah, running around on foot on my Runekeeper and Mori, I don't think it's quite as stressful as the Warsteed and North Athelion. North Athelian's been so busy with everybody at level cap, just running dailies and waiting for, you know, the next update to come along, which I think we're probably less than 30 days out from update 20. Hopefully, I think we're looking at Daggerlad. Maybe as a new area to go questing and exploring. We'll just buy 10 lumps of coal and hope that's enough. Oh, and I guess as long as I'm out here.
You are ill-equipped to venture into Khazad-dûm.
Probably get my toolkit repaired. So... But, yeah, Susan, I would encourage you to follow through on downloading Lotro. It's about 23 gigabytes with ultra high-res graphics. It's a beautiful looking game, fun to play, great player community, and it really appeals to a great variety of play styles too. We've got raiders, we've got questers, we've got role players. There are people who mostly play Lotro just for the in-game music and player-run festivals, which might sound like a weird thing to say on the surface. But Landerville server in particular is English-speaking role-playing encouraged, and they do events like, and Zinger, feel free to correct me if I'm throwing out wrong information, please, but Weatherstock and Winterstock, and they have different concerts that get put on by player formed bands, and they go out and they play MIDI music in-game and do different fun events just for the sake of socializing and having a good time. It's special. I mean, there's nothing like it in the MMO gaming world. The storytelling is terrific. The player community is terrific, and you can take the game as seriously or as casually as you'd like. It's and I've probably missed 5 or 6 different play styles too. So feel free to comment on my ramblings if anybody else wants to fill in some blanks. Yeah, absolutely. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Gus here, welcome. Oh, Gusher here. Is it Gus here or Gusher? Just joining Twitch, welcome. Yeah, Twitch is sometimes hard to explain to people. It's like, if I have time to watch somebody else play a video game, wouldn't I just go play the video game instead? I remember starting out wanting to check out Twitch so I could see games being played that I was interested in, but I wasn't sure if I was going to buy them or not. But then you get to meet people and talk to people and people who share common interests, and it's a pretty wild ride.
Yep. Apparently I made this Runekeeper.
Gus here. Okay.
Oh, Gus here. I had made this Runekeeper both a second age and a first stage level 75 runestone. I don't know why.
Seemed like the thing to do at the time.
I guess so. I guess you get to have the 75 one, or the second age one.
You sent me 137 more green cards. Yeah, I'll probably finish that later. Let's go find one or two last quests and see if we can wrap up 61st level. Thank you, Zinger.
Yeah.
One of the things that I say frequently that I'm not joking about is another benefit of actually streaming Lotro is having your viewers help you with stuff and like help you figure out things you didn't know before. I actually learn more by streaming the game than I do just by playing it. Thanks for the cool new toy.
You have a couple levels before you use it, but thanks for clearing me out of an inventory slot.
I hear ya. One man's treasure is another man's open pack slot. Collect ingots, explore the kitchens. Oh, I already went all through that stuff. I'm going to have to go back and touch all those areas again. That's not a big deal. I'll bet if I go to the crossroads, that'll probably be enough to level. Let's go find out.
May Durin return soon to his halls.
Another nice thing about Lotro is, the banner at the top mentions that it's free to play and you should download it today. I am a true free-to-play player. I have a premium account, meaning that I've spent Lotro points before in the in-game store. But to the best of my knowledge, I've never actually spent any of my own cash money on the game. I've spent gift cards occasionally. I have spent... one of the nice things about watching Lotro on Twitch is a lot of the streamers give away Lotro points in their raffles. And Maxims is now following. Thank you for the follow. Since we do have a couple of new people in here, I'll give myself a shameless plug. If you want to catch me on my personal stream, you can catch me at twitch.tv Big Ed Mustafa. I mostly stream Lotro. I do occasionally stream EVE Online. I have played a little bit of the new Doom game on Twitch, and I keep threatening to play more Fallout 4. I have all the downloadable content, and I haven't gone back and played any of it yet because I'm dangerously, hopelessly addicted to Fallout 4. And I'm afraid if I go back and start playing it again, it'll be like a black hole, and I'll just quit my job and stay home and play Fallout 4 like 18 hours a day until my wife murders me. And that would be a shame. Susan O'Main, thank you for the follow. And again, I'm glad you found us tonight. The stream that you guys are watching, Lotro stream, is the official Lotro channel on Twitch by Standing Stone Games, the developers of Lord of the Rings Online and also the developers of Dungeons and Dragons Online. They also have another channel, DDO Stream, for that game. And as Hunzi and Technical 13 would tell you, we do have a number of people who play both. And you'll find a lot of the other Lotro streamers playing some of the other MMOs that are out there too. But if you get a chance to watch Gussie Moose or Maiden of Rohan or Terry Adwin or you'll find them in games like Final Fantasy 11 or 14. Andrew Allstars was playing some Elder Scrolls Online, so while this particular channel, we're all here to shill for Lord of the Rings Online, and we do so unabashedly. You'll find a pretty wide range of tastes and interests in the community, and heck, there's even a couple of people who play World of Warcraft. It's all good. And I think I just blasted right past Uxie on the way here.
These halls will be great once more.
I think a goblin rider gets really upset that I fixed the statue. We'll do the right thing and simply set him on fire so he will disturb us no more. And go talk to Uxie again.
May Durin return soon to his halls.
And that's a nice piece of armor. And it looks like I am just under 600 experience points away from leveling. So, not that leveling is particularly the goal, it's just something that happens as you're questing along. But my advice is enjoy the mid-tiers. If you level too fast, you might find yourself out in North Athelion running the same 4 quests 50 days in a row while you're picking flowers.
That was oddly specific.
It is oddly specific, isn't it? Alright, how many tasks? Oh, I got 7 more task turn-ins. We're all over this. Let's see what we got. Vile goo, vile filth. If vile filth is a turn-in, I am set for life. Nope, not at this one anyway. Spotted skin, yeah. Dun da da da. And we dinged. So. Like I said, leveling up isn't the most important thing in the game, but when you pull out a character you haven't played in a little while, it's always nice to add a level or two when you get the chance. Keep their journey moving forward. Fungi, explore.
May Durin return soon to his halls.
Anyway, I was rambling on earlier about free to play. My whole point being is if you're wondering what you can do and how far you can go in the game, you can go all the way. I've got 2 characters at level cap. I've got all the areas unlocked. If I've got any instances that aren't unlocked, it's only because I haven't clicked on the turbine points. Lots of characters, lots of quests, lots of instances and skirmishes, so you do not have to pay to play Lotro and enjoy it, but there are a lot of good benefits to subscribing. VIP players get 500 Lotro points per month to spend in the store. They get mail anywhere in the game. You'll notice that Zinger and I are trading stuff back and forth, or rather I should say Zinger is spoon feeding me the crafting materials I need. I have to go find a mailbox to collect that stuff. If you're VIP, you can just get your mail anywhere. You don't have to go to town and find a mailbox. That would be extremely handy. Another thing that's more than extremely handy is swift travel, which I do not have unlocked in most areas, and VIP players get it. Some other benefits for VIP, there's always a couple I forget. Destiny points There's a Destiny point system that only VIP players can use. Turbine's giving away account-wide mounts. I think that's during just a certain time period. Chromite was encouraging me to go VIP for a month, if for no other reason to get the mount and unlock Swift Travel, which makes perfect sense. But on the other hand, I like actually being able to say, yes, there's one Twitch streamer who really is VIP, who has the whole world unlocked. I mean, it's not, or who's not VIP, is a free-to-play player. So it seems like a lot of the other games that are out there, you can do a little bit, you might be able to play to level 20, or you might be able to fly cruisers but not battle cruisers, or just depending on what the game is. But with Lotro, you really can play the whole game without having to spend a nickel. You might have to do some grinding, and it might take a little longer if you want to get a character all the way up to level cap. But if you're not in a hurry and you like to play different characters, it's actually really fun and easy to play without having to subscribe. But it's a terrific game, and if you do decide to go with a subscription, it'll be some of the best money you've ever spent. So, for the less than the cost of one bad movie a month, you get 30 days of very entertaining gameplay, and the bonuses and conveniences you get for subscribing are money well spent.
Dwarves must fight for dwarves.
Fanged Pit, Shadowed Refuge, blah 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 blah. Let's go down to the Shadowed Refuge. It's a little bit different area than I've been exploring so far tonight, and I think it's kind of cool down there. It's literally one of the creepiest areas in all of Middle Earth. I mean, Mirkwood is dark and spooky, and help me out here, guys. What are some other dark and spooky areas? Don't everybody answer at once.
Well, I mean, you got the old forest right at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, the old forest in Breland
it's kind of
is
your
pretty
first,
spooky, yeah.
Your first step into something that's a little bit darker and harder to traverse.
Hunzi says, hello, Pookie. This is Mustafa says, hello back, Hunzi.
I don't like the Murder, She Wrote episode.
She does not like the Murder, She Wrote episode that she's watching right now.
I'm not watching it.
You're not watching it. Because it's one you don't like.
Correct.
She has all 12 seasons on DVD and never watches the discs. She needs the commercial breaks to soothe her short attention span. Dol Guldur is spooky. Fornost is spooky. But I still stand by my statement. I think Foundations of Stone is creepier than any of those places. The Nameless Ones and all the creepy stuff down here. Moria too. I mean, I've played a number of MMOs over the years, and some folks love Moria, some folks hate Moria. This is one of the greatest achievements in the history of massive multi-online role-playing games. Moria is an entire underground kingdom with multiple zones and hundreds of quests and dozens of sub-regions and just amazing, breathtaking architecture and graphical design. And it's vast. I mean, it's a vast underground world, and it's designed for players to go from maybe 45 to 55 or 48 to 58. Basically play in here for 10 full levels, and it's just, I've never seen anything like it in any other MMO. I mean, it's massive and it's beautiful and it's confusing and it's scary and all at the same time.
And at the time, I don't know, it could still be the case that it held the Guinness record for the largest continuous dungeon in any video game.
There you go.
Or something like that. You know, it's interesting built because it's all built on a vertical space. You know, you kind of have 3 layers that are all very large and plenty to explore.
Vulture Bait, howdy. I didn't see you come in. Welcome, welcome.
Night Vegan.
McVegan Pants is heading out. Have a good one.
Best of luck on your first stream tomorrow.
Well, Deathman, I was just talking about how my viewers often know more than I do. I may not know what Easter egg you're talking about. Do you know of an Easter egg in the Foundations of Stone, Singer? Feckless? Anybody in chat?
Trying to think of it. I mean, the only thing that's coming to my mind is the endless stare, but I wouldn't call that an Easter egg. He's talking about the bird shard and the hat, I suppose.
Oh, the bridge shard and what's near it, the hat. Okay. Yeah, all the primary characters from the book are in game, and you get to interact with them at different periods, which is a lot of fun. But I mean, what makes it extraordinary is some of the things that Tolkien might have mentioned in a sentence or brushed past. Standing Stone Games has had the opportunity to take some of those undeveloped branches and flesh them out and create extra storylines and build things out that are compatible with the books and compatible with the main storyline, but flesh out new content.
Like Moria.
Like Moria. Well, Moria was in the books. It's not like...
But, you know,
this is
wasn't really all
different.
that much, description about it. I'm not a book lore person, so...
Yeah, one of the people who streams on here Friday afternoons, Corey Olson, they call him the Tolkien professor because he's literally a professor who teaches Tolkien. And he has online classes, and he streams and plays regularly too. He got interested in the game because his students were talking to him about it. And if you like the books and you're interested in the lore, it's really interesting to watch his stream sometimes. He'll go into great detail about things that we occasionally just sort of run past and take for granted. Yeah, Tom Bombadil is here. In fact, somebody told me they even went behind Tom Bombadil's house to see what was growing, just to make sure the bean plants were back there. There's actually bean plants growing behind Tom Bombadil's house. I killed a troll.
Alright, open a level 70 loot box, see what's in there. What are those pieces? Loot box jewelry and attack damage scrolls.
Snarling overseers. Scary. One of the things I keep checking, you'll notice the text boxes that pop up when you hover over a creature. I'm checking to see what I need for Slayer deeds. And what's interesting about Lotro is it's a very easy game to start playing, but as you get more and more into it and level up, they keep adding on layers of complexity. And the deed and virtue system comes into play fairly early on. And the trolls are important for getting certain deeds accomplished, and at the same time they're not that common in Moria, so you won't normally see me stroll past them very often. We have a deed log and it's separated by regions of the game, and since I'm in Moria, there's Moria, then Moria lower depths, Moria central halls, Moria upper levels. I'm probably in the lower depths, I'm guessing. Flaming deeps, waterworks.
Yeah, you'd be on the bottom level somewhere. You're at the bottom of the bottom now.
Mm-hmm. Are you cold?
I'm not cold.
I'm freezing.
I know, honey. What do we got? Nameless Advanced. Troll Slayer. Yeah, there's a Troll Slayer deed in Moria, and those Globsnaga trolls advance the deed. I'm at 20, and the next one will put me at 21 if I can find one to kill. One of the quests I have is to burn these fungal structures, so we'll burn a fungal structure. Any more trolls hiding over here? Nope, just a couple of overseers. Don't really have to fight the... Of course, there's a Slayer deed for almost everything in Moria. At least I'm up to advanced on the Grodbog. There's a Spider Slayer deed. There we go.
Have a good one there, Susan.
Yeah, come back anytime. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. And yeah, don't just check out me. I mean, I'm okay, I suppose, but there's a lot of good streamers here on Lotro Stream too. Feel free to come back to this channel and watch a bunch of different people, and we all play a little bit differently and have different styles and preferences and play different character classes. If the only channel you watched was this channel, you would learn a lot about Lotro. That I have no doubt. And Murder, She Wrote.
And if you scroll down a little bit on the page, you can see the full schedule. So there's going to be at least, at least 2 streams on every day of the week.
You see the endless stair climbing up. This is just a creepy, creepy place with lots of creepy, creepy things hanging out. And there's gateways to really scary, dangerous instances and battles with ancient evil things. And while the water may look green, it's fishable. Never doubt the fishability. Still looking for trolls. There'll be more trolls ahead. In fact, that looked like it could be a troll hulking down the hallway anywhere nearby. Spiders to the left. These Globsnaga orcs have been infected by some kind of weird fungal disease, and if you get them cut down in their health, they'll eventually start to say that they burn, and they'll eventually explode and cover you with goo if you don't kill them fast enough. That troll did it to me upstairs. Nobody wants to be covered with Globsnaga goo. I can promise you that.
There's a fetish for everything.
I have to believe that it's too tough on the laundry to be worth it.
Perhaps.
What else is there to love about this game, Zinger? The rich crafting system, the amazing variety of fishing trophies that are available.
You're really hitting all the pluses there. There's a pretty good housing system that has been improved tenfold, I'd say.
Yeah.
It's an update.
Anyway, I was mentioning the deeding system earlier. As you complete deeds, you get bonuses for killing your 200th spider or your 200th orc, and it'll improve your attributes, and you get Lotro points. That's how you can be free to play and still unlock the game content and get all the bonus stuff, those deeds and different in-game accomplishments. Even just certain basic quests at times will grant you. Okay, so I'm at 20 trolls, and he's highlighted. He says Troll Slayer because he counts as a troll kill. He also counts as a Globsnaga kill. Now I got these two dudes on me. These nameless ones do not like my rune stones. Okay. Anyway, at some point here I'm going to get back to fighting this troll. If he hasn't left out of boredom. Note to self, make sure you're not down to half health before engaging the troll. That's the kind of expert player tips that I'm happy to give out to other players. Okay, so we're going to kill this troll. I've got 20 of 50 on the Troll Slayer deed and 111 of 200. And we're going to light him up.
Hey, Deathman makes you add a recommendation about your self-motivation skill.
Yeah.
Which heals.
Now I'm at 21 of 50 on the troll deed, so. Self-motivation. Power, morale. Oh, restores 30% of maximum morale. Yeah, that would have been useful. And lo and behold, there's another troll just waiting to add to my counter. Hi, Mr. Troll. Thank you for playing. Kin activity, crafting and crafting guilds, landscape wandering. Just exploring Middle-earth is a lot of fun. That's kind of, you know, I have told the story on stream before, but what's funny is I got a beta invite to Lord of the Rings Online before it even launched to retail. And I played it, and I thought it was really well polished, but kind of a snooze fest. And I didn't take to the game right away. But I came back after it went free to play, and what really kind of sold me on it was I played my champ, and I got her through Breeland, and all of a sudden it was like, you need to go out to the Lone Lands. And when I went to my second region in the game, I realized how vast the game world was and how much there was to explore and to see and do. You know, climbing up on Weathertop for the first time. It's a really amazing game world.
Going for my second loot box. Just hope I don't get the Ed Luck on it.
Yeah, you might even want to wait until I'm done streaming before you open it. the game could associate you and just absolutely trash your luck with loot boxes.
Five random relic packs and 10 universal ingredient packs.
And another troll. Ooh, it's a named troll. This is a rare elite troll. He has a bunch more health than the other trolls I've been killing. So you always have to watch out for these bosses. We'll give them a try. Now that I know I have a self-motivation skill that I can use to heal myself. So it's not going down very fast. This might be problematic. There we go. That's what I get for bragging about not getting defeated on stream. I was just sure I was going to burn him down. It did not happen that way. So we will go the opposite direction of him. That was pretty funny though. Everybody threw out an RIP into the chat for me. I died. Technically, you're just defeated. You're not dead. But it's not exactly like the Middle Earth Red Cross is going to come down here and resuscitate me.
Yeah, you didn't actually die. You just lost the will to live for a moment there.
That happens to me about 3 times a week at work, so yeah, I can relate to that.
Your office should probably invest in a minstrel to encourage and motivate you guys.
It is a good idea. That's why I like hanging out with Zinger. He's full of good ideas all the time. Anyway, I wanted to show off the Foundations of Stone. I've gotten pretty familiar with it down here, although I have to say Murs is not a rare elite that I run across a whole lot. But that's also part of the fun of Lotro. Every once in a while you'll run across a surprise. Might not be a good surprise, but it is a surprise.
We call those tumble poofs.
Tumble poofs. And I don't think I'm too far off of the Easter egg that Deathman was referring to, so I was going to see if I could go find it real quick. Unfortunately, these Glubs Naga insist on annoying the poop out of me while I'm trying to run through here. That was a great death sound. Yeah, I'm right here. Perfect. Oh, man. The bridge shard. So if you actually make it all the way down here, way up there, way beyond where you can actually see at this point, is the Bridge of Khazad Dûm, where Gandalf stood to fight the Balrog while the rest of the party fled. And if you look around down here, Oh, that's not it. Or is that it? That is it. Okay, Gandalf's hat still rests down here. I walked right up to it and then decided that was a rock. There you go. So you can actually find Gandalf's hat down here at the Foundations of Stone. And me being me, we'll do some more fishing. Sure, the water's a little green and you're surrounded by big scary monsters, but you can still fish, which I think is the key to the survival of the free peoples of Middle-earth. Orcs don't fish. Only the free people fish. The Angmarine fish, but technically they're just evil free people. Char... Bitterling. These aren't particularly useful fish, so we'll let them go.
They could have pulled a height bolt and made you repair the bridge of Khazad-dûm. Carry up the shards.
I could see that.
Good night, Vulture Bait.
Vulture Bait, have a good one. I'm glad you came by. More bitterlings. I'm not having much luck getting fishing skill tonight. It's a little annoying.
Yeah, Moria's not a good place for fishing. I don't know if I've gotten anything other than junk fish.
Well, the black pool outside is really good. I did well out there. Part of the problem might be that my fishing skill is too low for the area. I was fishing somewhere and it was like crap, and then once I went from 99 to 100, there we go. Fishing skill 54. All of a sudden, as soon as I hit 100 fishing skill, I started pulling really good stuff. So I think some of the higher areas might be tiered like that.
That could be the case.
Since I have some fish to put away anyway, we'll travel to my personal house. I'll get the carp and the flounder put in the chest and I can show off my group trophies. Splat even. Yeah, he crushed me. I got run over by that troll. So this is my house. Galadriel is my champion. And all of your characters on your account can share your house on your server automatically. You can travel here instantly. We've got the Sturgeon Group Trophy. We've got the Darter Group Trophy. Trout Trophy. We got the 50-pound salmon. And some of the fish that you catch can be used in cooking recipes. And I've got a pile of them here. Catfish, dace, carp, flounders, golden mullets, perch, largemouth bass. Well, I can't remember the last time I caught a perch. That must be a journeyman fish. Yeah, it's funny, but the lower end game fish, the dace and the perch, are harder to catch than the higher end game fish. You just have a small window to grab those, and then after you move on, you don't find them anymore. So we got the fish put back in the chest. I've got some armor, some extra housing items tucked away. Oh, I've got more Farinorian essence boxes. That's the tier 7 stuff, though, isn't it? Oh no, it's 105 level essence. Okay, well, it might be handy if I decide to make some jewelry. My armor of the Sea Reaver for my champions in here. More cooking ingredients. Lots more cooking ingredients. It would be nice if she could use some of this food. Doesn't really need might, though. Can't use the oxtails. Let's see what we got in the other room. We got some paintings. We got a large map of Western Gondor. Portrait of Narmalith. We got the moose head. Stuffed winter worm. We got 2 of the black mushroom pots. Fun stuff. Feckless, have a lovely evening. Thank you for coming by. Thanks for hanging out in Discord with us. And I'm sure we'll see you again soon.
Cheers, Feck.
Alright, well, I think I've reached a good stopping point. There's one other person who's actually playing Lotro at the moment. I am not familiar with them, but let's go make a new friend. We're going to go raid. Embers of Liberty Gaming. I keep wanting to... Invalid Twitch username. Did I mistype it?
Liberty, not Liberty.
Oh, Liberty Gaming. What did I type? Liberty?
You just got the trainer.
Just mistyped it. Okay, we'll try that again. Gus here. Discord is the voice chat program that Zinger and Feckless and I are communicating with. It just runs independently of the game and Twitch, and you can talk over it, and OBS will mix it in with the rest of your audio on your stream. Some players use TeamSpeak. Some players just use the in-game chat system, where if you're in a fellowship, you can talk via voice chat. That doesn't always broadcast quite as well, but it kind of lets us talk and communicate casually while we're playing. So let's try this again. We're going to do a shout out. Embers of Liberty Gaming. So if you want to pop over to Embers of Liberty Gaming and watch some more Lotro play, that would be terrific. And I hope everybody's had a chance to throw a follow or two around. We shouted out a lot of other Lotro stream team members as well as other Lotro players. Hopefully you'll get a chance to check them all out over the course of the weekend. But I really want to thank everybody who came by, especially the previously named folks who've been hanging out in Discord chatting with me, and Zinger for sending me all the good crafting stuff. And I've got plenty more fishing and crafting stuff to chew on, but even I will admit that it's not always the best thing to stream, although I think it's fun in short bursts. So have a great night. Hopefully you'll see me on again later this weekend as well. And I'm going to go pop over to Embers of Liberty Gaming. I hope you will join me. I'm going to throw him a host. Although if they say bad words, I might have to take the host off. But this time of night, I don't know anybody will care.
Looks like they're micless, so.
Okay, yeah, it looked to me like it was. I was talking about how new streamers, you don't have a camera, you don't have a second monitor, you just go out, play the game, and broadcast the gameplay. That was how I started out, so that's encouraging to me. I already threw him a follow, and I hope you guys will do the same.
Looks like they're just starting Lotro, so.
Perfect. Yeah, got to encourage new streamers. So thanks again. I'm going to switch off OBS and have a great night.